She was the epitome of a strong, independent woman, married to Damian Sterling, the billionaire CEO whose possessive nature defined their dark romance. Their marriage had been one of convenience, arranged by families, but with an underlying obsession that turned it into something far more intense. On their wedding night, he had explained the need for a 3-year separation due to a mysterious curse from a mountain expedition, forcing him into abstinence and isolation in the old family estate. He handed her a black gold card, insisting she spend freely without restraint. Avery Sinclair, his little wife, accepted it with her unyielding spirit, determined not to suffer in silence. Over those 3 years, Avery thrived in a luxury lifestyle that screamed opulence. By day, she dominated the investment world as a fierce businesswoman, sealing deals in boardrooms overlooking Manhattan's skyline from her penthouse office. Nights found her reigning as the queen of exclusive nightclubs, where male models vied for her attention, their services a fleeting distraction. Late into the evenings, she became a lavish spender in live streams, showering rockets and gifts on handsome broadcasters, her black gold card an endless fountain of funds. Damien seemed oblivious, his wealth infinite, allowing her to indulge without a hint of concern. She jetted between New York and Miami on private jets, shopping sprees filling her closets with Cartier jewels and Van Cleef necklaces, her life a whirlwind of jealousy-inducing extravagance. But just as she thought this glamorous existence would continue forever, her best friend Juliet sent a message about spotting a stunning guy at the gym, his body sculpted to perfection. Avery raced there in her Ferrari, adding his contact with effortless charm. As she left, she teased about being a widow for 3 years, now fiercely independent and open to fun. That night, returning to her lavish New York penthouse, she noticed the ambient lights on and water running in the bathroom. Heart racing, she wondered if it was an intruder. The door opened, revealing a man wrapped in a towel, the same handsome stranger from the gym. Shock hit her as he revealed his identity. He was Damian Sterling, her obsessive alpha male husband, back after the curse lifted. She tried denying it, even calling his number, only for his phone on the sofa to ring. Embarrassed, she questioned his return. He mentioned hearing about her wild life, from top male models and clubs to edge-dancing broadcasters and random gym flirtations, all funded by his money. She countered that his absence had forced her to seek distractions, blaming him for neglecting his duties as a possessive husband. He reflected silently, admitting fault for the forced marriage's strain, his billionaire CEO status making him generous in forgiveness. Examining his chiseled physique, firm chest, defined abs, seductive V-line, she felt desire stir. The age gap between them only heightened the grumpy sunshine dynamic, his dominant presence overwhelming her submissive side. She poked his abs playfully, deciding not to shower fully, slipping into a silk slip dress that accentuated her waves of hair, elegant collarbone, and swan-like neck, spritzed with subtle perfume. Emerging, she found him pouring red wine, his eyes flashing with admiration. They clinked glasses, his gaze never leaving her, igniting a fire of jealousy and possession. As the wine finished, he scooped her up, carrying her to the bedroom where passion nearly erupted. His phone interrupted, a secretary calling about a $2 billion contract. She urged him to go, earning money for her spending. Reluctantly, he agreed, kissing her forehead with restraint, promising a quick return. Alone, the night city lights twinkling outside her penthouse windows, she received Juliet's call inviting her out for drinks and requesting the gym guy's contact. Avery revealed the truth: the handsome stranger was her husband. Juliet laughed in disbelief, teasing about interrupting them. Avery explained he was handling business, a massive deal. Juliet joked about the sum, urging her to enjoy while he earned for her. They chatted, but Avery felt restless, the earlier spark suppressed for billions. Deciding life was short, she changed into a spicy outfit and headed to the club, texting Damian she couldn't sleep and would wait for him, adding a kiss emoji. At the club, she danced with Juliet for an hour until spotting a familiar face: Reese Larson's manager, the top celebrity she had invested in. The manager offered to bring Reese over for drinks. Reese arrived, toasting her gratitude for pulling him from career lows 3 years ago by casting him in her funded TV show. Now a superstar, he owed her. Back then, his godlike face had caught her eye, but with Damien home, other men paled. She enjoyed a casual drink, then checked the time, ready to leave. Reese offered to escort her. Exiting, they bumped into Damien emerging from another room. Freezing, Avery whispered for Reese to go, admitting it was her husband. Reese left with regret, unaware of her marriage. Damien approached, explaining he was there for the contract signing. She felt guilty, but he demanded an explanation. With her quick wit from charming broadcasters, she adjusted his tie, saying she came out with Juliet to distract from missing him. Satisfied, he softened, but questioned Reese's presence. She clarified it was business, her investment in his show. Believing her, he promised $2 billion as pocket money tomorrow. Thrilled, she thanked him. He took her hand, whispering they should finish what they started at home. As they left, Juliet emerged, asking to meet her husband. Avery introduced Damien Sterling, the mafia boss-like billionaire CEO. Juliet extended a hand, praising his youth and success. Damien kept hold of Avery's hand, declining the shake, stating he knew everyone around her these 3 years. Gently, he called her his little wife and led her away. Back in the penthouse, he pinned her against the wall as lights dimmed, extinguishing them for a heated kiss in darkness, sparks flying like a wildfire. He shut off his phone, declaring no $10 billion deal would interrupt now. In the heat, she paused, asking about the curse. He explained from a treacherous mountain trip with friends, feeding on desires. The stronger the lust, the deadlier. A master cured it but mandated 3 years without women or cohabiting with his beloved, lest it return. Their marriage was his long-planned obsession. He fell first, engineering the family alliance despite her modest background against his elite one. The age gap fueled his grumpy protectiveness, her sunshine thawing him. Fearing he couldn't resist her, he isolated himself. Touched by his revenge-like pursuit and jealousy, she forgave the years, especially after spending billions on properties and investments without complaint. That night, a storm raged outside, waves crashing like their passion, consuming everything in a torrent that lasted till dawn. From then, life accelerated like a train unleashed after 3 years idle, racing toward endless horizons. One starry evening in their kitchen, she asked if the curse was truly gone. He assured her, eyes twinkling, teasing about her appetite tiring quickly after abundant feasts. Blushing, she begged mercy, admitting defeat before his dominant charm. Juliet's video call interrupted. Avery answered, signaling Damien to stay quiet. Juliet, at a noisy bar, invited dancing. Avery declined, citing rest. Juliet teased about Damien's clinginess improving her glow, sighing about being forgotten for a husband. Avery ended the call, mentioning a charity gala invitation and planning to try dresses tomorrow. The next day, at a high-end boutique, Juliet found her gown, but Avery didn't. Over coffee in a chic cafe, Juliet pointed out a trending video of Avery and Reese at the club, sparking rumors of him being kept by a rich woman. Netizens dug up her identity, speculating on her investments boosting Reese. Juliet raged, contacting the club owner, who revealed a server sold the footage to paparazzi before quitting. Suspicion grew. Damien called, summoning her to his office in the towering corporate headquarters. There, he was on calls, investigating the server and Juliet's finances for anomalies, ordering the trend removed. He wouldn't tolerate her name linked to another man. Hesitant, she started explaining, but he interrupted, knowing she was framed out of jealousy for her happiness. He pulled her into an embrace, suggesting afternoon tea to soothe her. Though uninterested at first, his insistence led to a sweet interlude in his private lounge, overlooking the city. Her phone buzzed with Juliet's messages asking about Damien's reaction. Avery joked about Juliet's concern making her jealous. Damien snorted dismissively, asking how Juliet approached him at the gym. He recounted her staring for days, assuming surveillance, then boldly asking him out. Avery realized Juliet lied about a casual encounter and rejection. She knew he was Avery's husband, yet flirted. More messages from Juliet poured in, worrying about fights, suggesting drinks, public relations, and even divorce assets. Irritated, Avery replied no divorce. Damien smirked, noting her coaxing him. She fed him a cherry from cheesecake, asking if afternoon tea counted as coaxing. He devoured it, sour-sweet like his jealousy. Reminding him of the gala needing a shoulder-bearing gown, he promised air shipping the latest designs. After tea, the trends vanished, scrubbed clean. Money solved everything. She reapplied lipstick, thanking him. He wiped a smudge, asking if she'd join for tea again. Blushing, she agreed. Gala night, she wore a water blue haute couture dress, skirt rippling like waves, a mermaid arriving from the sea. Arm in arm, they dispelled rumors at the opulent event. While he networked, she viewed auction items in the gallery. Juliet approached with 2 wine glasses, handing one over, mentioning Reese needed her urgently in his dressing room at corridor's end. Avery swirled the wine, sipping lightly as a show heading there. Knocking, Reese answered, alone and unwell, seeming feverish. Questioning how she knew the room, he denied summoning her. The door locked from outside. They realized a setup. Reese suspected the wine from Juliet was drugged. Avery admitted a mere lip touch, distrusting Juliet lately. Power cut, plunging them into darkness. Phones had no signal due to gala interference. Damien must be searching. Juliet aimed to spark misunderstanding. The small room closed in. Reese breathed heavily, suppressing effects. Avery asked if okay. He endured, but 5 minutes later, tremors started. He had claustrophobia. She probed its origin from a poor mountain childhood, left with Grandpa who locked him in dark rooms during farm work. Once, Grandpa died on a hike. Reese starved unconscious for 3 days till rescue, feeling abandoned forever. Empathy surged. To help, she suggested singing. Using her phone, she performed his original songs, starting with Light in the Darkness. He calmed, eyes shining in shadows like stars. She sang multiple tracks, immersed as if on stage. After the 5th, noise outside Damien with staff pried the lock, lights flooding back. Relieved seeing her unharmed, Damien gripped her hand. Reese explained innocence. Damien trusted her fully, warning Reese to celebrate no ill intentions, or his career ended. Leaving, Avery grabbed the wine glass. Juliet waited, face falling at their unity. Guards confronted her with footage of her locking the door. Damien revealed she also bribed the club server for the earlier leak. Juliet apologized, claiming a joke to test loyalty, referencing Avery's old quip about pursuing Reese if single. Avery sneered, declaring their friendship over. Guards forced the drugged wine down Juliet's throat as payback. Tossed out, she faced ruin. The gala auctioned a mermaid sapphire necklace starting at $800 million, bidding to $1.6 billion. To calm her shock, Damien bid, securing it for $3 billion. He fastened it on her. Eyes adoring his good girl looked stunning. Half proceeds funded schools for poor left-behind kids, adding meaning. Reese performed finale, singing Light in the Darkness despite drugs. Piano and vocals matching the charity theme, his own life story infusing sadness. Near end, blood soaked his sleeve. She thought illusion, but later an elevator, his arm bled from self-inflicted wound to counter the drug. Assistant explained. Reese downplayed for the show, avoiding breach fees. Seeing Damien's coldness, he assured no issue. Exiting, Reese glanced back longingly. Avery stared at blood drops, admiring his grit. He'd rise regardless. Home, Damien prepared a pedal bath in their marble bathroom, roses floating like blood drops. Soaking, she recalled Reese's injury. Damien entered, detecting sympathy, vinegar in his tone. He accused Reese's performance of being for her, altering lyrics to confess unreachable light. Avery laughed at his post-event jealousy. Trusting publicly, possessive privately. He ranted about their dark room time, songs exchanged romantically, her old joke, their potential mutual pursuit making him extraneous. Reasoning, she affirmed he possessed her now. He pressed her close, admitting fierce jealousy over their half-hour alone. Coaxing demanded, she softened, but he escalated, whispering for a full night's persuasion, his obsessive alpha male side turning sweet torment into all-night indulgence, his punishment a mix of dominance and care. That night, Juliet hooked up with a man, caught by his wife who threatened ruin. She begged Avery for Damien's help. Avery refused coldly, blocking her. Soon, scandals destroyed Juliet, job lost, Damien's influence banishing her from the city. She fled home in disgrace. Avery's show aired, breaking ratings. Reese soared, winning his first major award. She profited hugely, hailed as visionary investor. Reese's career exploded, albums, tours. He sent concert tickets yearly, always to avoid suspicion. They never attended until 3 years later, when Damien, spotting her with tickets, generously allowed her solo visit, claiming he'd go mad with jealousy. At the concert, Reese dedicated the finale Light in the Darkness to the one who illuminated his lows, thanking her courage gift. Now a superstar, he shone brightly, becoming light for many. Post-show, Damien picked her up, kissing her corner, praising her growing homemaking, oddly vinegar-free. Home, terrace set with supper, wine, candles amid city lights. He admitted faking non-jealousy. The wolf in sheep's clothing wanted her fed before devouring her in a night of fireworks, blooming passion under stars, their private yacht-like romance endless.